From their mouths to your ears, this is Gaming on Thrones with Phil, Saul, and Rick.
Thank you for tuning in to Gaming on Thrones, part of the Rated M Gaming Network. Today is Wednesday, January 14th. I am your host, Phil, and these are my podcast cohorts, Saul Cuellar and Richard Lamoureux. Just noises this time, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, that was a valid Pikachu.
That was
good. That was good. I like that one.
I feel like I found one.
And we have a special guest today, Alex Hirsch. How are you, sir?
Doing great, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I had a hard day today, so this is fun.
I feel you there.
Looking forward to talking about some video games.
I usually just bang one out if it's too hard.
Yeah.
And we're off. And we're off.
Hey, great show, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So, Alex, let me start with you since you're our special guest. And let me introduce who Alex is. Actually, Alex is he is part of the Rated M Gaming Network. He's actually a co-host of Rated M for Podcast. So he's going to grace us today with his magical presence, and we're going to talk about Nintendo Direct. So he's going to be Rated M's expert on Nintendo Direct. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit more Nintendo news than we usually do because we kind of lax and you guys love it. So
they love it. They love it.
We're going to get you to lap it up.
Like I got Bayonetta 2 and I still haven't played it.
Brutal.
And there's our issue. No,
you got to do that game.
Well, it looks cool. I know that.
It looks awesome.
But
right,
Bayonetta?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let this die. Sorry. Just go ahead.
It's in the living room, so I can't go there because Destiny's in my bedroom.
Ooh. Well, that'll segue us right into our first segment, which we always do, is what you've been playing. And let me start with our special guest host, Alex. What you been playing, sir?
Man, so I would say I've got everything, but I would say like the last week, I've been diving between. I started playing World of Warcraft again after a break of 2015. So after a break of fucking 4 years. I played alpha and I played all the way through Lich King and I was really into it. Obviously, if you play for that long, you've got to be. It's a commitment thing. But I took a break just because I was kind of burned out. I killed the Lich King and was like, well, fuck, what else? I mean, what else are you going to throw at me now? You know, I'm done. And then I came back a couple weeks ago, or last week, I guess, just to check out all the changes. But Warlords has kind of caught my eye. All the garrison shit and everything looks really cool. So I wanted to try it out. A couple guys in Rated M were talking about it and kind of nudged me along, so I bit the bullet.
Game looks so addicting,
dude. It's it's fucking crack, literally. I mean, I know
that's why I can't play it.
I know it's been the joke for literally 10 years now, but it's fucking digital crack. It's sick. But other than that, I mean, WoW aside, because it's kind of WoW's old hat for just about 50 to 70% of the gaming population. I have my 3DS with me at all times, and so I've been playing a shitload of Smash, Pokemon Omega Red, or Omega Ruby rather. And then my kids got 2DSs for Christmas, so I've been playing just games with them and shit too. But yeah, that's about it.
Sweet. So you've been off the Destiny crack now for a little while.
Yeah, man. It was weird because I got Dragon Age.
Yes.
Did I get it for Christmas? I think I got it a couple days before Christmas. But I got Dragon Age and just played the shit out of that until basically the new year, until January 1st. Still not done with it, but I started. Well, it was until January 9th or 10th because that's when I started playing WoW. I'm kind of taking a bit of a break from Dragon Age, and Destiny is just I don't know. I went from 100% to 3% interest in that game. Just as soon as I put Dragon Age in my Xbox, I was like, well, fuck this game, never again.
Yep. So. It's weird because with I think Saul was about to say you can get burnt out.
Yeah.
Because what happened to me is I took a month off, and I was like, yeah, I really don't care, and now I'm playing it every day again.
Yeah, it's the thing. I could never play with you back when I was really into it. I was like, come on, Bill, let's play again. You're like, fuck it. No.
I got other games to play. Yeah, it's weird though. Destiny has that effect on people. It's weird. And we'll kind of grace over that a little bit later in the show. Saul, what you been up to? Oh yeah, get that out of there.
Yeah. Playing Destiny. I did try that free game that Sony was giving out, that First Light. I played a little bit of it, that Infamous.
Mhm.
It's pretty fun. Like, you know, you get to run around and shit and like become like this big fucking blur of pink light. I played it for like an hour. It's pretty cool.
Is that the chick one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played that for a little bit. I tried playing Grand Theft Auto again. I just got bored. So I might go over Fatty's house, play that over there, and probably had a better time there. That's one of those games that if I'm with somebody playing it, like, it's cooler, but by myself, it's just like, this is boring.
Yeah, just doing the same old stuff.
Yeah. And then other than that, Iron Banner.
Iron Banner.
And we've been trying to do raids lately.
Yeah. Well,
Trying's the word. Keyword.
it's a tough
Yeah.
thing. It's tough not to crack there. That's why I made.
Not bad for everybody being new on there, though.
That's true.
We got to the Templar.
That's good. Keep on trying, guys.
Hmm.
Keep on moving. Rick, what you been up to? I know what you've been up to.
Yeah.
You came back to your Dark Master.
I got the bug again. I'm playing Destiny with Saul as well. Doing the Iron Banner. It's the first time I've actually done any multiplayer in that game. I played all the way to like level 28 without ever going into a multiplayer match, just because I didn't have anybody to play with, and I don't know. It just didn't seem like something I wanted to do. But
You're not a PvP guy, though.
no, I'm not. But I mean, I'm not even doing that well. I'm usually finishing at the bottom three
Hey, you
of
got
the
that
6.
one game, though.
Yeah, but I had that one game, dude. I was
Beat me.
awesome.
You beat me. I was a little salty.
It was nice. So yeah, that even the multiplayer's got me pretty excited. It reminds me of old Halo multiplayer. You die so easily, you get taken out so quickly. It's all the jumping and everything. It's makes me happy.
It's all right. I like the PvP. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's
No.
a nice compliment when you had to do the bounties and stuff too. So
Yeah.
it
So
makes
that's
it okay.
just that's
Yeah.
it. Just running the daily bounties, doing the strikes, and then doing the Iron Banner every day.
It is the greatest thing in the world, though.
It is.
Let's get that straight.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess not for everyone.
I'll tell you right now, Iron Banner was my favorite part of Destiny, man. I mean, the second one came around and I ground out and because I joined in late, I think, and I went like fucking 3 ranks in 2 days. I played like 18 straight hours of that shit.
It's so fun. It's capture. It's like capture, and it's, I don't know. It's just fun.
Well, we're going to talk about Iron Banner a little bit more in depth during our main section of the show here, because I want to get your guys' take on a couple of game mode ideas, because Iron Banner comes and goes, and I just want to get your opinion on that.
And the Queen will never come back.
The Queen, she's gone forever, except for when the new DLC comes. Anyways, So I've been playing Destiny as well, because as I just said when I was speaking with Alex, I stopped for a month and I was playing Dragon Age, and I love that game, and I will pick that game back up soon. And I had stopped playing Destiny, and I'd stopped playing NHL, just cold turkey. And I was only playing Dragon Age, and basically I've been playing the Halo 5 multiplayer beta a lot too. So I put those two down, and I picked Destiny and NHL back up. So, and then I still have Shadows of Mordor just sitting there, just hanging out. Waves to me when I come home, wants me to put it in, but I'm like, not yet. So that is what we've been playing. And how about now we get into the news of the week?
No.
Rick always goes so deep.
Well,
What?
get-
What was that? Rewind?
Yeah.
Rewind?
Someone tag that in the recording.
Wow.
Oh, it's all on tape, but I'm the editor. I can cut it out. I make you guys look
Rick.
stupid, not me.
You know how I know Phil is more than 18 years old? Is because he just said on tape.
Someone rewind that track.
That's right.
With a
Get
pencil.
Get that pencil, son.
Oh, you got to tape over the little holes so you can record the radio. Yep.
Radio.
On that reel-to-reel shit.
Trick
Yeah.
the tapes.
B103.9 had the top 10 at 10. Used to record the
Top
shit
10.
out
It
of
was a top 5 at 9.
it. Whatever.
It's a top
Right.
7 at 1.
Yeah.
Mine sounded good. Whatever.
Good times. Good times.
Yes,
Rick,
sir.
why don't you hit us up with the news first, sir? What you got?
All right. I got a couple things. This one came out last week, but I didn't hear about it until I was scurrying for news like 10 minutes ago. Razer has a little living room device coming out, a little Android device that you hook up to your TV. It's got Google apps on it, so you can watch Amazon, Netflix, and all that stuff. You can download games from the Play Store, play those. The controller looks very similar to an Xbox 360 controller. It's just got a bunch of green stuff on it, the way Razer does. The important thing is that it can stream games from your PC, though, so you can play your PC games in your living room and just have a tiny little box there streaming through Steam, and not only through Steam, Battle.net, Origin, Uplay, and even games that aren't on the internet they have stored just on your PC in general. So that's cool. So instead of
quality is.
Yeah, it's 1080p. And it's $100. So if you don't want to go all the way out for a Steam machine, you already have a good PC in your house, you can just buy this, and you can play games in your living room with a controller without having to lug your PC back and forth.
Nice.
So that's cool. Yeah. GTA 5 PC got delayed. There was rumors about it. Rockstar denied it. And then yesterday they said it's true. It's now releasing March 25th, 2015, which, I'm okay with it, based on the fact that GTA 4 when it came out was dog shit on the PC, and they have the guys working on this that did the what was it? What's that? The game with the drunk guy that shoots everybody? He's all depressed all the time. Max Payne. The guys did the guys that did the last Max Payne game ported it to PC. So that's the same team working on it, and they did a really good job porting it. So I'm happy with that, and it has pretty reasonable specs required. I'm not going to go over them. If you want to look at them, you can go look at them yourself.
I do have an important question for you as it relates to Grand Theft Auto 4 looking like dog shit.
Yes.
Was it normal dog shit or white dog shit?
It was transitioning between dog shit. So like it was white, but you poke it and it was still wet in the middle.
Oh.
So didn't it look like dog shit anyway?
Yeah, it looked like dog shit. Well, yeah, if you play that game now, it's amazing that people thought it looked good because it looked like you're playing a game through a brown paper bag. It's all brown. It's gross looking.
It does.
I shouldn't have brought up poop. That was a bad idea around you guys. This is terrible.
But anyway, I mean, people have since fixed that game since it came out, but it was kind of like an afterthought for Rockstar, and they realized that it pissed a lot of people off. So they got that fixed up. And anybody that likes Space Engineers, I know a lot of people play it. I haven't played it, but it's kind of a big game in the PC community, I guess. The people that made Space Engineers just announced Medieval Engineers. So you're going to be able to make trebuchets and castles and everything else like that.
Welcome to medieval times.
Yes, sir. And that's all I got. I got some more stuff, but nothing interesting like that. There you go.
Nothing that's going to,
No.
Get us revved up or anything?
No.
So, go. Now.
The PlayStation 4 is still headed to China, but it won't arrive when it was supposed to because of various factors for the delay. They said they were going to be releasing on January 11th, but that's not happening, and I don't think they're really saying when it's going to happen because they're still talking to the government about what they're allowed to, I guess, put on there. Yeah, because, communists and whatnot. They have not been allowed to have consoles for 14 years in China, except for, some that are made. I think they were like a Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo lookalike, and I think it only had 5 games. So that's really all they had, and I'm guessing unless they bootlegged some stuff.
Oh, they got the bootlegs.
They definitely got the bootlegs.
Yeah, you can buy a Rolex there for $6. I'm sure you can buy a console.
And then Sony Online's entertainment free-to-play shooter Planet Side 2 is coming to PlayStation 4 on January 20th.
Nice.
So that looks cool because it has a lot of stuff on it. It looks like Destiny, but before Destiny. Is that safe to say?
I mean,
it's got PC has I think 1,000 multiplayer server, 1,000-person multiplayer servers. Huge maps with 1,000 people on them at the same time. It's pretty crazy.
They are really big maps, and when I was playing, there wasn't enough vehicles, and it would just piss me off.
It looks so cool, but my computer wouldn't run it because I had a potato.
Aww.
With some wires.
Yeah, jumper cables.
Nice.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, you know that Wii U pulled out of Brazil, or not Wii U, Nintendo pulled out of Brazil.
Straight up.
No longer.
Like a bad daddy.
Yep. No longer selling any consoles over there or software, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Done. We're done with Brazil.
Weren't they the ones that were supposed to get the white Xbox and everything first too? I remember reading that when they had the white Xbox rumors. It was like Brazil. It was during their PAX or whatever down in Brazil that they showed it.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were gonna get it like not the bundled version. Just
No.
I think just the regular console. But then I don't. Rumors, man. Rumors. Don't believe.
Rumor.
Them.
Oh.
So Microsoft Game Studios are actually hiring into their decisive, games team, and possibly looking at reviving an old RTS franchise for the consoles. Now, me and Rick, we talked about this briefly on the Facebook group. Good idea, bad idea? I don't know. We'll get into that. Halo Wars, maybe? Rise of Nations? Age of Empires? Any of those? It could be.
Maybe.
Maybe. Not any big news, but Xbox One avatars are going to get a makeover. So I'm guessing we're going to be able to put new clothes on them. Maybe, like I can have... Maybe I can get a Wu-Tang shirt.
Oh.
My dude.
I hear they're nothing to fuck with.
No, they're not.
I heard that.
Don't do it. Just don't. And we get Scalebound details later this year. And I'm super, super, super pumped for that game. The Platinum game that they announced at E3. And it's looking pretty sick. They released some new footage off of it, just really briefly. And we're going to get some details later this year in that game. And they said it's nothing like Monster Hunter.
Later this year is a long time.
It's a long time, but you
it's
never
not like
know.
it's November anymore.
You know what? In the light of recent gaming history, just take your time.
Yes.
Right.
Like, don't even show me shit that I'm not going to get.
And did you hear the?
You say later this year, motherfucker, you got 351 days.
Did you hear the DLC that everyone got for free is broken with Assassin's Creed? It's all fucked up.
Wow.
Oh man, Ubisoft fucked something up. That's crazy.
No,
Surprise,
I mean,
motherfucker.
that's a bunch of people playing it today. They were talking about how much they loved it.
Oh.
Any
No.
specific console or
No, I just read a review on it that it was just destroyed. It's just buggy and glitchy and just like the game was.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
It's probably made at the same time.
Yeah. They released a huge, like a 40 gig patch for the PC, and it broke the water. Like all the water in the puddles were just flashing. They look like strobe lights when every time you move, they start flashing.
Maybe that made the game cooler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just play some techno over top of it. It's good.
Yeah.
Just jumping off buildings, playing techno.
So you got people not glitching anymore, but your whole world's flashing.
Wow.
In other news, space adventure game Rebel Galaxy from Double Damage Games is coming to Xbox One. Apparently that's a pretty big deal. Not really into those kinds of games, so I'm not sure. But a lot of people were really excited about that. Also, Xbox One is not a person, but it did win an Emmy.
What?
Yes, Xbox One won an Emmy.
For what?
For their TV integration, my friends.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool. I like that TV integration. I use it a lot. So, yeah, there you go. Xbox One wins an Emmy.
Woo!
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
Who would have
It's good for
freaking
them.
thunk it?
Good for them. Who accepted it?
Good question.
I mean, cool if like Master Chief came out and accepted it. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
It
That was-
really, it shouldn't have happened any other way.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
wouldn't say anything.
And then he took his mask off and it was Phil Spencer. And he started shooting a gun in the air.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because, if Master Chief took his mask off and I saw Phil Spencer, I'd be really
No!
let down. I'd be just let down. I
It's
like
gonna
Phil
be-
Spencer, don't get me wrong, but I want Master Chief to be, super badass.
Like Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi.
Yeah,
With the
just
crazy
like
eyes.
Steve Buscemi, yeah. Just like that.
You
Looks
got them
good to me.
shim eyes.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
This show is this is in the tanker. Scrap the whole thing.
That's a left pocket show, Phil.
Hey, these are the best. Anyways, so we're going to continue on today, and we're going to go back to the Iron Banner
Back.
conversation. Yeah. So, Iron Banner. We get
I like-
some new weapon drops. Did anybody get one of those yet?
No, I'm level 2.25 right now. I'm working on it.
The playlist weapon drops are pretty good. A level 32 sniper rifle and a level 32 auto rifle.
I need now.
What do you need?
I want my gauntlets.
Oh, you ain't got those yet?
I got the old ones, and they're only, I think, like level 31.
Go to 27.
Yeah.
Are they exotic or legendary?
Just legendary. Not
They only go to 27. What is that crap, Saw?
What are you talking about?
the gauntlets you get an Iron Banner.
No, they go to
the light. They go to 36.
36.
Oh, so
Yeah,
they're just like
36.
the exotic then.
Yeah, if you have all 36, you get to level 32. If you have all 33, you get to level 31.
But they're not exotic.
No,
No.
they're not. They're just
legendary.
purple. They're purple.
The purple.
That perp, son.
So the gain event standing to earn legendary gear is what Saul was talking about: the hand cannon, the rocket launcher, the gauntlets, and the chest piece armor.
Chest piece is kind of ugly on the Titan, but I'm gonna get it just because like you can get it to do cool shit. You know, carry more ammo and stuff like that. So
It's always
Yeah.
about the perks, really, when you come down to it, because some of the gear looks like I don't like the look of my Lucky Raspberry, but it works well with my auto rifle.
yeah.
So I actually use a hand cannon most of the time, and my raid gear from Crota is hand cannon type. So it's like, do I want to look cool or do I want to be cool?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do both?
It's like when I play the daily, I'm looking real fucking fresh, but when I go to the raid, I might not look as fresh.
Yeah.
But when I dance, it fixes it all.
You might look like a stain on the floor.
Yeah.
I got the Lucky Raspberry as well, Phil, but I also got the Husk of the Pit, which I'm working on leveling
I
up
need
right
that.
now. So it should be pretty good pretty soon.
This guy got Plan C on a drop.
Yeah,
You lucky bastard.
and I got another Husk of the Pit today, just fucking around, and I
He's a
just
dick.
scrapped it.
I had a grind for my fucking what is it? Pocket Infinity
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
That was a pain in my ass.
Well, I don't want to turn this whole show into a Destiny show, but let's talk about this, okay? And Alex, maybe you have some insight on this as well, since you're a WoW gamer. I want to talk about the social aspect of Destiny, and the reason why is because a lot of people they're kind of upset. Destiny is one of those games that if you don't have a social experience playing it, you're probably not going to enjoy the game. It's probably not going to cater to what you want out of a game, because it just kind of cuts you off at a certain point if you can't get on there and play with friends. I mean, I don't care how good you are, unless you have all the cheeses, you're not soloing in the Nightfalls without being extremely pissed off at the end of the night because you just spent like 18 hours trying to do the Nightfall.
Well, I can tell you from just like on a brief Destiny specific tangent from me, when I started playing the game, I didn't own an Xbox One yet. So I didn't own any like current gen console. So I bought it for the Xbox 360, and of course no one I knew was playing it on that platform, so I was pretty much playing by myself. I met one or two people through our Destiny community, but that was about it. And then I don't know, it was maybe like first or second week in November, I got my Xbox One, and dude, that's when Destiny went from being like, okay, yeah, I mean, this is kind of cool. It's not everything I wanted, but it had Fable syndrome for me. It was basically the first Fable game.
Yeah.
And I was like, this game's fucking really cool. It's really good, but god damn it, that's not what I bought,
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I got my Xbox One, and like I went to play in that game fucking exclusively 5 hours a night on work nights, didn't care. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's all about playing with people, like you said.
Yeah, it's weird because I was never a social gamer outside of my circle. Saul, I don't know about you. I think you were close to the same.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when you played Call of Duty and stuff if you really chatted it up with people.
No, I met a lot of people playing Marvel. Like that was probably my highlight of like branching out and meeting people. Like I think Marvel, like I still have a lot of people on PlayStation that actually still play Marvel. That's why I spent that money on Marvel. Marvel was the hypest game with people that I've never met in real life. Like I would get wasted, I would come home.
It's Marvel, baby.
It's time for Marvel, and there would literally be me on Bluetooth headset, waiting in the lobby, watching fights, talking shit, and it was fun. I don't know. I even went to like 2 tournaments because it was so much fun.
Cool. Rick, how about you? Did you get into any social? I mean, I know you're pretty much on PC most of the time, but
Well, I got a lot of like 16-year-olds friend requesting me, which is kind of fun. That's always something I long for. But yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, it's fun, like, because we run with like a group of probably 4 people consistently, and like when I'm not playing with like Guy and Saul, I have another group of like 3 other friends that get on like when they're not on. So I always have people to play with if I want to play. I just got a request to play just now, actually, and it's cool. I like the social interaction you're doing with it. I like just, even if you're gonna just go off and do your own thing for a little bit, just fucking around, you can still talk to someone on the headset and shoot the shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think what happened to a lot of people was basically they started playing the game solo, and they just thought, okay, I know it's an always online game, and I know I need to be connected and all that. But I don't think they realized just how in depth that went, as far as I can't do some of this shit in Halo. I'm looking at a picture of Halo. I can't do some of this shit in Destiny unless I have a crew. And you can go to the Strike playlist and you can jump on with 2 people and you don't have to say a word to them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to run your weeklies and your nightfalls, and you want to do that on a consistent basis, I feel like you really need to have a group of people that you can kind of set up with and talk to. And I think that took a lot of people, like that ticked a lot of people off, because they're like, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. And so this just isn't the game for you. And I know for me it was kind of enlightening, because I never talked to anybody if they weren't already like my friend in real life. So yeah. It just wasn't my thing. And now when we got connected with doing this podcast, and then got connected with Rated M and people like Alex, and I'm able to branch out now. I'm able to play like, hey, you guys want to roll with this? Let's run this tonight. Yeah, let's do it, and just have a great time. And now it's one of my favorite games, because I can jump on there, and we're basically co-oping a single-player experience. But, it's difficult, and everybody's kind of got their own little specialty. Even if you're rolling with a group of 3 hunters, everybody has different weapons, everybody can do different things. It's fun. And especially when you're playing the PvP and Control, you can kind of talk and chatter it up and see who's holding down where, and, take this point, take that point.
And the dancing.
Always dancing. Throw down like a little flash grenade, just have a dance party.
I'm telling you, they need that dance DLC.
I'm with you on that, buddy.
I'll buy it.
I'm with you on that. When the Wolves comes out, they need to have like a dancing DLC pack.
Yeah. They can do that. It ain't hard.
Yeah. But I guess that the real point of this was, a lot of people are complaining that the new consoles are leaning to strictly online games. I say new consoles, really current gen consoles, are leading to, strictly being online games, which I couldn't disagree with more, because there's plenty of shit out there that you can still play solo and have a good time with.
Peggle!
Yep.
Peggle rules so hard.
Didn't everybody lose their
Don't fuck with Peggle. Don't fuck with Bejeweled. Don't fuck with that motherfucking. I don't know. You guys ever play that stupid fucking PopCap kind of game called Chuzzles? That shit was legit.
Chuzzles ruled.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad someone else knows about it, because every time people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
No, Chuzzles was my shit for a long time. No, I love those little puzzle games. Those are nice, refreshing. And my wife
then you're gonna
loves them.
love what Nintendo had for you today.
If I had a Nintendo, I would. I gotta get me one of them. What were you gonna say, Rick? Cut you off. Sorry, buddy.
I don't remember.
All right.
No
idea.
No, but I disagree with that sentiment. I just wanted to hear what you guys had to say about it, because
I remember.
You remember. Go ahead.
I remember. Sorry. Didn't everybody lose their shit over Xbox when they came out and said you got to be online all the time? And
Yes.
now every game that's coming out, regardless of this console, has to be online all the time.
Did we or did we not discuss this at real length, Saul, when we said Xbox is basically going to take it all away, and then they're going to slowly add it back in, and people are going to be like, "Oh, I think that's really cool. I love that shit."
Yeah.
This is exactly what we tried to do.
For everybody else that was pissed off that it was always online, there was that many people that were happy it was always online, because it's just a much better experience, and you get games cheaper because they don't have to physically make them anymore, and they can have better sales. They can have flash sales like that. All of a sudden, boom, all these games are on sale.
If they don't have internet, then I have the perfect system for them. It's called the Xbox 360.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dang.
What an asshole.
And don't you forget it. Go buy one of them slim 360s.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a terrible call on his part.
Terrible.
But you know what? He's right. He's right. If you don't got internet, I'm sorry, bro. You're not getting updates. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go play on your
frankly, if you don't have internet, I really don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
like you're probably playing outside or some crazy like that.
Fuck that. It's fucking 2015. If you're not eating burritos and watching TV, you're fucking it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't live without a microwave, dude. No way.
Hey man, I found it a strange argument that games like Destiny could cause such a hoopla. And Destiny came out from the get-go and be like, yo, this is an experience like we want you to have with your friends. This is the game that needs to be online all the time. Even the single-player campaign needs to be online all the time. We do public events. We do the way that the chests work.
Titanfall did the same thing.
Yeah. And
those are like two of the Game of the Year things right there, always online.
I don't, like, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Don't do that. But don't complain about not being able to play Destiny the way you want to be able to play.
Here's something to think about. Remember when people used to hate Call of Duty?
Remember?
Yeah, I was going to say.
But I'm saying now, like, if you look on all these forums, it's Destiny fucking sucks. Why are we even doing Destiny?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we writing reports about Destiny? It's a bad game, but there's not really much talk of Call of Duty anymore. It's Destiny, 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 Destiny.
Yep. On Tuesdays, the fucking servers all go slow mode because there's so many people doing the raids and everything. But everyone hates the game, though, right?
It's funny though because I mean we all have our complaints about it. I think like Rick is a perfect example of that because he's like, no, fuck that. Like I don't like this. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. And while I had those same complaints, I always had said though, like, yeah, I'd still like it, but I'm gonna take a break because it does get to you.
Oh yeah, the grinding.
But once you put it back in, it's like I quoted you guys the other day on a quote that I actually got from Polygon. I sent that quote through the chat, and it's like,
does it run Crysis?
it runs Crysis.
All right.
I wanted to say too, let's just suck Destiny's balls a little bit more. But
that shit.
It really is a beautiful game too for being a console game.
Yes.
It really is. It is beautiful. Like, have you ever stopped and actually sat there? Like, the Earth rotates.
The only game that I think competes with the beauty of Destiny is Mario Kart 8. I think Mario Kart 8 is right neck and neck to it because I think they're both equally as beautiful.
I'll agree with that completely.
I wish I had Mario Kart 8.
Oh, dude, it is.
It's fucking stunning. Like on a full size like big screen living room television at 60 frames a second. Those bright ass colors. You can't touch it.
And then the highlight playback is even better.
Oh my god. I've talked more shit to Mario Kart 8 to friends playing Mario Kart 8 than literally any other game ever made.
Classic.
Oh man.
And it's such a kid's game, which is the best because I'm sure there's a lot of cuss words.
Oh man.
And I've talked shit to my kids. I don't care.
I've heard you do it.
I'm like first place who you think you are, pussy.
Take that, nerd.
Right?
Slam it down. Yeah. So, yeah, the comment or the quote rather that I put up was Destiny is essentially Slurm. It's not necessarily good, but I keep lapping it up and I don't know why. It's also causing me to lose my teeth, probably. Which is how I feel because, like, just today, I was like, oh my god, the daily is like the one they had the other day. Like, they need to work that shit out. But I'm going to play it. I am going to play it so hard. Anyways, we're going to move off Destiny now. As we talked about the social experience, we talked about what new Iron Banner stuff's going to have. And let's get into our guest host for the evening, Alex Hirsch, who was not really present for Nintendo Direct, but mentally you were there, weren't you?
I was at fucking Home Depot and building a bathroom in a warehouse during that shit. But I have my Twitter notifications set up for like Nintendo of America and Polygon to come, like just a whole bunch of places. So it was just flooding my home screen with push notifications. So I kind of got the gist of it, and then I watched it when I got home today.
Right on, sir. Give us your takeaways from it, if you would.
Like I was telling you guys earlier, like I watched it and I wrote this like huge, just in-depth article with all these videos and stuff. You'll be able to find that. It's not published. It'll be published like in probably before anyone hears this. It'll be published in like an hour. But you'll be able to find it on the Rated M Gaming Network's website, which what is that anyway? So it's Rated M Gaming, R8DMgaming.com. It'll be up there under the blog posts. But as far as my takeaways, I mean, I wrote a huge article. You can go read that if you want everything kind of more in depth, and there's video links and all that. But I would say, like I said earlier, maybe a third, 2/3 of that's really got me super hyped. Everything else is kind of cool, but some of this is amazing. So, chief among them, number one, dude, I've been trying for fucking months to give Nintendo my money and get one of these goddamn new 3DSs. All right,
You have. I know you've been complaining about it.
So the thing is like I'm a collector. I collect and refurbish and like do custom paint jobs and stuff on consoles. It's my hobby, my main hobby. And so in my house right now, there were like no shit. There were like 6 3DS consoles in one version or another, the 2DS and the 3DS and the original and all that shit. And I have to own this thing. Like it is fucking eating me. So a couple days ago, I broke. There's a website. I forget the URL off the top of my head. I want to say it was maybe Game Asia or something like that. Some weird ass website I don't frequent. Popped up on my Facebook newsfeed as like a random like advertised article, and it was like, by the way, leaked information on the new 3DS North American release date. I said, cool. This was like, I don't know, maybe a day or so before it hit like GameSpot and Polygon and all that shit like that. I check it out, and it's like, yeah, word is on the street, GameStop's gonna have this fucking console. You'll be able to buy it February 13th. I said, cool. So then they announced a Nintendo Direct like the next morning, and then I guess today the Nintendo Direct comes out, and it is in fact the new 3DS XL is going to come out in North America, and it'll be February 13th, as the rumors were saying. The thing about that is like, so the new 3DS XL, in case anyone doesn't know, a brief rundown of it.
Yeah, I'm actually interested because I'm not.
Isn't it already out in Europe?
Yeah, it's already out in Europe. It's already out in Japan. I think it's already out in Australia. Excuse me. The difference is, so I have, right next to me, I have the 3DS XL. It's actually the exact same size. As far as the screen size goes, it is a little bit thinner. But the screen size is going to be the same as the XL. So if you currently have an XL, you're not going to get a bigger screen. However, the big takeaways on this new system are as follows. Number one, there is a little analog nub, a secondary stick called the C-Stick, as Nintendo famously calls that shit. Mm-hmm. That's going to mean that you no longer need to carry around this stupid fucking peripheral they have called the Circle Pad Pro. All right? The Circle Pad Pro is literally a giant hunk of plastic that you can attach to your 3DS or your 3DS XL, depending on which one you've bought. And it is literally, it's like a wireless extra stick in a giant case housing that you wrap around your DS. It's the most unwieldy bullshit thing for something you're supposed to like put in your pocket and take with you. But you need this shit to play. Well, you don't need it. It's not required, but it's almost unplayable to play Monster Hunter, or even Kid Icarus is kind of difficult without this thing. So this stick is built in to the new 3DS, which is great. It's a little stick. It's right above the ABXY buttons. It looks cool. Everyone who's used it that I know says it's great. The other big takeaway is that the 3D has been enhanced a lot. Speaking from personal experience,
share your eyeballs, man.
Yeah, dude, the other 3D it's not that it's bad. If you were like some sort of fucking robot and you could sit perfectly still for long enough, I mean, if you hold it at just the right distance from your face and just the right angle, a lot of games have really great 3D. And I mean really great. Like it's really surprising. The problem is when you shift, and I shit you not, dude, like a fraction of an inch, like a half an inch from one side to another, if you move your head or your hands, or sometimes if you move too far away or too close, you get this weird flickering ghost effect. And
headaches.
Headaches. And that's caused me, I could go into the optics of it, but I don't want to deal with that. But that's caused me to just turn off the 3D altogether on literally every game. I try it out when I get a new game. I'm like, let's see what the 3D looks like. And I play it for about 20 minutes. I'm like, man, fuck this 3D shit. And I turn it back off. And so they have a face tracking thing that's built into the hardware. It's not software, which means it's going to be compatible with literally every game previous and in the future, which is great. And it's just going to track where your face is, and it adjusts the 3D display accordingly. So that way, if you're holding it at an angle, you're playing laying down or anything like that, it's going to work just fine. Those two things alone make it worth buying a new system for me. That's like, I'm down. If you don't own a 3DS yet, wait and get that one, definitely. A couple other things. It has a faster processor and I believe a faster faster networking card. So what's going to happen is, like my 3DS XL, currently if I go to Switch, you can like suspend games kind of like you can on, say, like the Xbox One or the PlayStation, or if like your PC, you alt tab out. You can suspend games and do other shit in your home menu. If you do that, especially with some newer games and more resource-intensive games like Super Smash Brothers, it takes, like 15 or 20 seconds to get to your home menu. It's brutal how long it takes.
Wow.
Browsing the eShop with nothing else going on takes forever. And it's a combination of a slow networking card and a slow processor. So both of those things have been upgraded. I don't have exact numbers, but it's a pretty significant increase. A lot of people who are using it say it's night and day, which is cool. So that's my biggest. That's my number one. They got 2 special editions. There's a Majora's Mask, which is gold and has some Majora's Mask and Zelda motif around it. There's
Saw
a
some
monster.
pictures on that one today. It looks cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty rad, I gotta say. I'm a big Zelda fan. I have the Zelda Wii U, and I have pretty much every limited edition Zelda console or handheld ever. So that's the one I'm gonna buy. But they also have, which is kind of plucking at my heartstrings, they've got a Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate XL version as well. That's pretty neat. I'm probably not gonna get that one, but it's pretty cool looking. I'm famous for, by the way, on Rated M, I'm famous for short stories that turn into hour-long fucking escapades, so I apologize.
It's okay.
I'm going to bring this down to some bullet points real quick. So some of my other takeaways, there's going to be a new Fire Emblem, which is awesome. They're tactical RPGs, which I traditionally, my entire life, have hated, but Fire Emblem Awakening came out in, I think, 2011? No. 2012 maybe, but anyway, that was the first game in the series I tried, and I really loved it. It was a great game, great story, fun to play. There's going to be a new one that's cool, but we don't really have a lot of information. They just showed a trailer, and that was it. Let me see. So aside from that, I mentioned some puzzle games earlier. If you guys have played Puzzles and Dragons on Android or iOS, there's going to be a version that's coming out for the 3DS that has an exploration RPG mode built in with it. It's a really cool game. It's kind of like Bejeweled with some monster capture RPG elements. Kind of like if you were to combine Pokemon and Bejeweled in all the best of ways. It's pretty good. It's a fun little game. But that's coming out. And they also have a Mario edition. It's going to be on the same cart. So then all of the characters will, instead of being knights and dragons and shit, will be Goombas and all that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And they're actually they're both going to be on the same cart, which is kind of cool. So you get both for the price of one. I thought that was kind of neat. Now, Splatoon got a lot of information today. That is, if you guys haven't seen it, it's a kind of a cartoony third-person shooter. And what it is, the way I've always explained it is the character models look like something out of that cartoon Kids Next Door.
Yes, yeah.
They're all kind of small, and they're very Americanized. It's not like anime style at all. It's very Western illustration, and to me, that's what it looks like. It looks like Kids Next Door. But the way you play the game is it's a shooter, so you have to kill the other guys, but you kill them by squirting paint. That is the color of your team's paint, and you so you attack other players, and you paint the levels, and you basically try to capture. I assume there's more than one game mode, but at least in one game mode, you try to capture areas of the level by painting it with your team's color, which is kind of cool. Today we found out that there's a PlayStation Home-esque hub for the game, where all the people from Miiverse who would be populating that thing, you can communicate with them, you can inspect their characters and see what their gear is like. We found out there's going to be gear you can change, which is going to affect some rudimentary stats you have, and you can also change your weapon loadout. So it seems to be a little bit more in depth than I initially thought when they announced it. At first I thought it was just some third-person shooter thing with really cool colors. Mm-hmm. Turns out it's a little bit more interesting, which is nice. They announced Xenoblade Chronicles X today, which is a big deal for a lot of people, a lot of Nintendo fans. I personally am not a fan of the series, but it's a pretty beloved series on the Nintendo platform. So they showed some gameplay from that. It was really just like anime characters running around in forests and shit.
Is that like a JRPG?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because I remember. I mean, that's been around for a long time in the Nintendo stable. So
Yeah, and they showed a really good looking trailer, but I can't help but think that if you watch it, it's literally just a bunch of people running around in different biomes. But I can't help but think that that's just they've stripped the whole HUD out, and once you actually get into the game, it's going to be this big fucking JRPG blob of bullshit that I can't deal with. They announced a shitload of indie games, shitload of stuff coming to the eShop, smaller games and stuff like that. They're really trying to, it seems like, ramp up that section of their titles. But I would say the biggest takeaways for me, all in all, to summarize all of it, would be the new 3DS being announced, which, by the way, doesn't come with an AC adapter.
I was just going to say,
what the fuck are they going to do? Like,
What?
I was just reading that actually.
yeah, man, it doesn't come with an AC adapter. They have not announced why. And my other big complaint there is that they did not announce the new 3DS, not the XL version, the standard size version, which is a little bit bigger than the regular 3DS that came out in America. It's all fucked up, but that's not even coming out here for whatever reason. So the customizable faceplates you may have heard about, not happening. That's only on the regular version, not the XL version. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, Nintendo's fucking weird. I mean, I could sit here and postulate on it for the next 24 hours, but just Nintendo's weird,
Well,
dude. Leave it at that.
Let me ask you: did you see the Mario Party 10 trailer?
I did. See, that's the thing is I glazed over it because I'm not, my extensive fucking coverage of this shit.
Yeah.
I covered it a little bit, and I posted a link to the video, but I'm not a big Mario Party guy. I mean, it looks fun with the amiibo functionality because I'm an amiibo dork. Like, I have a huge collection, but I'll probably pick it up, and it'll be my first one since, like, Mario Party 2.
See, I had Mario Party when I had a Wii, and I loved it. But I loved it for a reason that, like, my wife and I had something to play together. Because generally, the type of games I play, she has no interest in whatsoever. So, like, this one, we could actually play together and have a good time. And it was fun because she was kind of coming into my world, which was cool. Which is the reason I want to get a Wii U. And
That's the way to do it. I'm telling you.
I am a big fan of the Mario Party series because I always enjoyed them, and they need to bring back Fusion Frenzy on Xbox, or I'm going to
God.
yeah,
The best free-to-play game ever.
I'm gonna kill somebody if they don't. So
Oh, and one last thing before I stop this extensive rant of
is
mine.
it Tingle as a playable character in Hyrule Warriors?
Okay, two last things because that's fucking amazing. Number one, because I love Tingle. I wrote in my thing today is like people love or hate that guy. I fucking love him. I think he's the greatest and like most trolliest character in
He is
all of Zelda.
on so many drugs.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. And he's like super like I don't know. Oh, he's fucking crazy. I love Tingle. So there's that, and Young Link in Hyrule Warriors is kind of cool too, I guess. But whatever, it's not Tingle. And then Harvest Moon, which is now the whole franchise is now going to be called Story of Seasons because it was like acquired and rebranded and all this bullshit. But there's a new Harvest Moon game coming out for the 3DS. It looks amazing and it's got online multiplayer, so that's awesome. Anyone who hears this who has played Harvest Moon is probably celebrating. Anyone who has never played Harvest Moon is probably like, "What the fuck is that?" Then they'll Google it and think I'm an idiot because it's a game about farming and macking on bitches. But
Well, I mean, farming games are like at an all-time popular high. And
That's
macking
really
on-
true. It
macking
really
on
is.
bitches never goes out of style
Yeah, not for me at least.
for anyone. Yeah, for
Yeah.
Rick especially.
Yeah, they love to get macked on.
So, thank you very much, Alex, for bringing us a lot of that Nintendo news. We're trying to get more Nintendo influence on the show. Saul here, he has a Wii U.
It's in the living room.
It's in the living room. We know.
it's so far away.
It's.
I
I mean,
ran out of room. I have like too many consoles. No, not enough HDMI's.
That's like the epitome of a first world problem.
you do
Yeah,
need more. Yeah, you need more monitors.
I do. I need more monitors because the Batcave has like 8 and I only have 3.
Yeah, you need to catch up. So, but it's just, and then to be honest, the type of games Saul likes usually aren't coming out on the Wii U. So, I want to get one because my little guy is growing up, and he asked me to play Plants vs Zombies today, which was exciting.
That's
Aw.
amazing.
Yeah, so he's kind of getting into watching my wife and I play and stuff like that. So I want to get one for the house. But it'll get use, but it won't get as much use as an Xbox. But I want to bring more. I mean, more influence on the show for the Nintendo people we have in our group. So
if you need me, I need a little bit of notice. But if you need me, just let me know, man.
we will do. We appreciate you coming on today, but I want you to stick around because we're going to get to our final segment of the day, which is our versus segment.
Versus,
and we want you to participate.
Yeah,
I'm down. What is this? All right, lay it on me.
All right, so basically, Rick here, because he won last week, is going to come up with a question. And we're going to all give him our best answers to that question, and he's going to pit those answers in a battle to the death.
Yeah, basically, I choose which one I like the best.
Basically, yeah, it's all up to Rick. So you don't know him, Alex, so just say the coolest thing you can.
I went with
that's legit.
One that actually is with theme of the show that we do instead of like, oh, what was the best part in fucking Freddy vs. Jason or anything like that,
That's good. Okay.
But the question I have, it's a good one. It might take a second to think. Your favorite villain in any video game. The favorite bad guy that you had to go against.
Versus.
Damn.
You had to go against, or just your favorite bad guy?
Your favorite bad guy. It could be a Koopa if you want. I don't care.
That is really tough. I wish you would have probably briefed me on that before.
I know, right? Now I'm like, fuck.
Shouldn't be that hard because you should know it. You should be like, oh yeah, man, that was such a good game. And
well, you know mine. Mine is always going to be Akuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuma's kind of a boss dude, though.
Yeah, Akuma is awesome.
Does it count if you could play as that character?
After you beat the game, sure.
Okay, yeah, that works. Man, that's rough. I'm gonna have to like totally.
Could be Reptile. Reptile. You can.
Reptile.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to take a stab here because it's just who I always liked facing a lot was the Super Mario World 2. I'm not Super Mario World 2. Super Mario 2, the mouse with the bombs.
Oh.
Because
That's a good one.
asshole, you'd have to try and time the bombs, but then it seemed like he'd get smarter even though it was like Nintendo and it was the same shit over and over again.
It's not even a real Mario game. That's
it's a dream. But I was put on the spot, and I'm going with the mouse with the bombs.
Mouse with the bombs. I like that one. All right. Now to you, buddy. What do you got?
Alex?
All right. No, well, I have it on mute because like my wife just walked in from school and everything. So, okay, let me think. All right, so I'm gonna go with one that is in game, like kind of a pain in the ass, but like the story behind it is really what fucking cements it for me. So, my favorite, but also like least favorite boss ever was Bowser from the new Super Mario Brothers for the Wii, right? Not for the Wii U, but for the Wii. Reason being is
Galaxy.
No. In the game, New Super Mario Brothers, the one that was like a classic Mario remake,
Yes.
So, the thing is, you play this game, and so here's what happened. I'm like, early to mid 20s. The game comes out. I had my own place. I had 2 roommates. My girlfriend lived there. It was a whole thing. So we got this game. We were like, oh shit, you can play Mario with 4 people at once. So naturally, that's what we did, which makes the game 10 times fucking harder and also ruins friendships. So I'm living with my buddy from like junior high, right? And this girl that I've been dating for like 2 years at this point. And we're like, we're all friends. We're all close and everything. But I tell you what, dude, I broke up with this girl at one point during this game, right?
Wow.
Like no shit.
Feels.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking brutal. Threatened to kill people like several times, like threw shit, which I never do. I mean, it was brutal. So the reason being is because not only is it frustrating playing with other people because you can bump into each other and fuck each other up, but when you get to the last level, you get up there and Bowser's got Peach and it's this whole thing. You jump up, Bowser's dead, right? Same as always, just like a piece of cake. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I'm furious that I paid $60 and spent like 30 hours playing this game with people for a game that should have only taken like 5, but I had fucking 3 other idiots with me. I finally get to the end, and it was like 2 seconds and it's over. I'm like, this is bullshit. Wrong. Bowser comes back. He's like 800 feet tall, and it is literally like a bullet hell Mario level, side-scrolling Mario level that is the fucking hardest thing I've ever done, and I had to do it with 3 other idiots. It was the fucking hardest thing in the world.
Slapping people, throwing stuff.
Oh, dude. So, like, for the rest of my life, I will never play that game again. I beat it one time. I will never play it again. And it goes down in history as the hardest and most bullshit gaming experience I've ever had.
The hate is strong with this one.
Yeah,
I'd
this is
be pretty
tough.
salty about that because I saw my sister. My sister actually had that game, and I saw her and my nephew playing it, and I actually played it with him and my wife. And if you're not cooperating, it's incredibly frustrating.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my
It's
God.
super. It goes from being like if you're playing it single player, anyone who's ever played a Mario game breeze right through it, no problem. You're playing it with 2 people, it's pretty fucking hard. You play with 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and it's like the game devolves into this like Lord of the Flies situation. You just try to kill people the whole time. That's all
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah,
But-
it's just-
I get you. I'm gonna go with Saul because this is the second time he's used Akuma. And the
he'll
fir-
use Akuma for everything.
He's
Yeah,
my
but
favorite.
I love Akuma though. He's badass. I mean, like
It's
I
the
always
hair.
said, if I'm either picking Ken, Ryu, or Akuma every time, no matter what. Just because I don't have to remember all the moves. It's nice.
I didn't know we
Raging
had some-
demon.
I didn't know we had some Street Fighter fans in Game of
Oh
Thrones.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
big time. But I'm gonna give you the correct answer here. All right, the correct answer is Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh fuck, man! God damn it!
When you fought him, he fucked with your TV settings, and he could read your memory card and fuck with your data too.
Yes, I
Dude,
heard
when
about that.
you're like, I don't know, I don't know how old I was, like a preteen maybe playing that game. That was the scariest shit that had ever happened to me in my life.
Yeah.
Like fuck seeing horror movies when you're a little kid. Fuck Halloween, anything else, like that was the scariest shit. I was like, no, my fucking PlayStation's haunted, dude. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, it fucked with everything, dude. It was nuts. But that's the right answer. But Akuma's a very good
See,
one.
I couldn't have answered that because I never owned a PlayStation until like later on when people gave me their old shitty PlayStations.
Well, I guess better luck next time there, Phil.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can pick one up for real cheap now, dude. Oh, remember we were talking about Super Dodgeball? As I love that game. I just saw it on Amazon for fucking $400, and now I'm pissed I didn't save it.
Super Dodgeball was amazing,
It was. I love that game.
but that is a chat for another time. That
Yes,
is
sir.
a tale for another book.
Yes.
Or wait,
Anyway,
is that
guys.
the way that goes.
Yes.
I got Iron Banners, boys.
Yes, I'll see you there, Saul.
Alex, thank you so much for coming on the show. I know we asked you late, but I appreciate you coming on and give us your thoughts on Nintendo Direct.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
Yeah, man.
you.
Thanks for having me and sitting through my long-winded ass discussions.
No, that's all good, man. That's informative stuff. Trust me, our group is, and our listeners, they love Nintendo as much as they love everything else. So it's good to have that influence here. So we will have you back, and we'll talk some shit, and we will have a good time again.
Fantastic, man.
But,
Good show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for everybody joining us, listening today, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Rise from your
There
grave.